It's the 26th of August 2023. Just sat here at La Falaise car park in Ventnor on the Isle of Wight, just checking, see if there's any migrants around. Don't normally come here this early in the autumn because it's not always that good, although it does look very good. So maybe it's not that good because I don't normally come here. Who knows? But there is the sea, as you can see, and there is some wonderful looking cover here. I think probably the reason I don't come here is really it's just there's so much cover. I can hear a blackcap. If there's a greenish warbler in there calling, you'd certainly pick it out. It's a right massive cover though. It does get I've had yellow-browed more than once here, in much later in the autumn, late September, October, probably October. And the titflocks certainly come through here, and at this time of year, if a little gang of long-tailed tits or whatever comes through, it'll have philosks in with it. There's a wren down there somewhere. This does look lovely, doesn't it? It's cliff-top cover. Wren's singing away. So I'm looking west at the moment, and east is Ventnor Bay itself, just over there. So I think probably if I'd gone to the East Cliffs, my normal spot, Dudley Road, I'll probably go there in a second, I'll be hearing willow warblers and that by now. Here they're just a bit more dispersed, I think. That's probably what the thing is here. It's just so much more cover. They're not so concentrated. Oh, blimey. There's a little ash tree just down here that the spotted flycatchers really love. Again, a bit later in the autumn really, once the leaves have been stripped off, although the ash tree's got ash dieback, so it's bare, and I think that's why they love it, because they can basically sit on bare twigs emerging from intact kind of sycamore canopies, and the sycamores are full of aphids, so the elder branches provide really good perches. Alder, I'm talking about alder. No, I'm not. What am I talking about? Ash. Yeah, the ash, dead ash tree. Kind of sticks up outside the canopy of the sycamores, and so the flycatchers can catch the insects easily. All I can see out there at the moment are wood pigeons. See just up there, that's the ash tree that the spot flies love. See absolutely no sign of any migrants in here today. Never had redstart here. They're really tricky. A nice view of Ventnor Bay. Very beautiful. Yep. Anyway, so a little cliff-top meadow that the council are managing for the bee community that's on the chalk cliffs here. So the bee community is partly why it's a site of special scientific interest along here. Bureaucratic way of kind of signifying it's good for wildlife. It's nice along here because it's really peaceful compared to where I normally park up at the moment when I'm down in the undercliff parking. No dog walkers yet. Grass is a bit soggy, but let's look over the cliff. So down there later in the autumn, the old black redstarts, when they first appear, they like it down on the shore alongside migrant robins, and it's good for common sandpipers as well, although my impression is they're a lot scarcer over the last decade than they were in the 90s. So this meadow really needs to have been cut by now, leaving a metre margin along the cliff top for the bees to carry on nectaring on later flowering species and later emerging bees, of which there are quite a few. I mean, it's only August, there'll be plenty of bees around in September. Yeah, it seems pretty quiet along here. Don't know what the sound quality is like because it's quite breezy from the west and there's rain coming by a little bit. Nice blackthorn here. This is on chalk, so the grassland here is absolutely full of bee orchids and pyramidal orchids when they're allowed to flower. Oh, there's a little bird perched up there. I can hear a philos. I'm going to go, because it's quite late now, I'm going to head back. That ash tree up there looks pretty healthy. There's a little alcove in the shrubs up the top there, which the migrants love as well. Up the top there is the kind of ridge of Ventnor Park, and along that top edge is where the firecrests hang out. By October, November they'll be in with the tit flocks. Earlier than that they tend to feed among themselves, the firecrests, in twos or threes. God, look at that cracking view. Yeah, so La Falaise car park on the here comes the rain, on the west side of Ventnor Bay is a good spot to park. It is pay and display, unfortunately, although I haven't paid at this time of day. Traffic wardens don't tend to be around this time of day. Famous last words. Yeah, La Falaise car park, you can just park there and walk down to Ventnor Bay, or explore Ventnor Park, which is just over that ridge. Here comes the rain, so I'm going to head back to the van.